Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Well, I had an interesting comment about I guess it was when we were doing the moose and the muskrat and the canoes, and I got a comment from Christoph. He was saying, "Hey, come on, tell us the truth. What do you really prefer, the trapper or the moose?" So I thought, that would make a good video. Let's do trapper versus moose, and I'll give you my ideas on it and why I like to carry what I carry, and it's basically all opinion. Your mileage may vary, and if you love one over the other, that's fine. Carry what works for you. But I just thought, we'd kind of go over it. So I grabbed out a trapper and my full size moose. I only have one full size moose, so you have to understand that I'm kind of limited by uh, data sets on that. Now we know the histories of the moose pattern and the muskrat pattern being the real knives that trappers and skinners and stuff used, and that the case trapper came out sometime in the early 1900s. It's listed as a pre 1915 pattern, so it's been around for a long time. But I guess somewhere around in the 1920s, it was uh, when it got the knife that the I guess the mountain men carried or whatever. I don't know. I don't have any of that original uh, marketing material, and I don't know exactly uh, you know how that was phrased or whatever. But somehow it got that reputation. So they were trying to give it a history that it didn't actually have. However, what they did have, I think, is a really excellent all around knife that you know you could use that for anything. Main differences being that the trapper in itself is a jackknife. So you have two blades. They both fold out of the same end. So you have one bolster, one cap. This happens to be in a red G10. I love that Saturn shield on there. I mean, doesn't that look nice? This is a great knife. This is one that my wife gave me as a present. So definitely has some sentimental value. But you get a clip and a spay blade, and they're both full size blades. They're both I think 3 1/4, if I remember off the top of my head. I didn't bring out a measuring device or anything, but like I said, this was kind of an opinion video, not a spec video. But it's got, as you see in the frame, there's a slight swell here, so it's very comfortable. I don't recommend using the knife when it's in this position, but that's one of the things when you're using the knife. If you notice that the blade is straight here on the top of the spay, so it's really very handy, and it doesn't pop out into your hand, even if you use the clip point, because of the way it's basically the apex of the curve is kind of in line with that swell. It gives you a nice place to place your fingers, and it doesn't get in the way. You can use a spay blade and not have your hand become uncomfortable or get a hot spot or anything like that. It actually gives you a really comfortable grip. There is enough room on the front of the bolster that you can choke up on it if you wish, and you can get various different kinds of trappers with different spay blades shapes and stuff like that. But for me, the case trapper is for me the best trapper that there is out there. Now we'll look at this full-size moose. This is a Rough Rider, and I love Rough Rider knives. They're well built, well constructed, really well priced. It has basically a lot of the same features, except this one has a clip point and a spay that comes out the other end. So you actually have two bolsters. Now, I really love this spay blade. I think this blade shape is awesome. And again, you have the same type thing with as deep as these ride, the blade doesn't get in the way. So you can use this as your main blade. And when I use this knife, this is the blade I tend to use the most. Now, my only knock on this particular blade was that it did have blade wrap, particularly on the clip point side. So I don't know if it will show down in there. Okay, so this little piece of shadow that you're seeing down there, that's actually a bit of a leather shoelace. So what I did is I just put that down in the channel so that it sits right where the kick would, and it gives it enough height that it no longer hits, because as you see, the spring kind of swells up there for where the center spring is, and that's what blade wrap is when the blade is actually contacting that piece of the spring, if that spring is not flat. So that's how you solve that. It's actually a really simple fix. uh, it doesn't take any time at all, and if you need to build it up with some other material, you can. uh, but that is pretty much that. uh, you can see the swedges on top. It really nests really well, and this is the same size as the trapper. So what makes this, if I like it so much, why would I grab this? Well, for me, a lot of it is weight. this is this guy here is a lot thicker than the trapper, and I think that, for carrying, I'd rather, if I'm going to carry a larger folding knife, which the trapper is a larger folding knife, I'd still have size and weight concerns like anybody else, and so for me, this just fits better. Now, I like it on a belt sheath. Will this fit in a belt sheath? Yes. Will it be just as good? Yes. Is it, significantly heavier? I didn't bring out my scale, but if I remember right, and you could go back to the reviews, typically a trapper weighs in right around 4 ounces. I think this guy was almost 6. I know 2 ounces doesn't sound like a lot, but when you feel it in hand, if you have one in each hand and you're balancing it out, it actually kind of big. Now we'll go to the mini sizes, because I do have a mini moose. Now the mini moose, what I like about it is this has got a nice curve on it, so it's very comfortable. I do like the shape of this clip point. I think that is just a marvelous clip. But the spay is probably my least favorite of the spay blade types. Uh, I don't really know anybody that likes these. Now, to me, this blade is kind of on the ugly side, and it's swedged all the way back to here. I mean, from the tip all the way back here. So it's like, over 3/4 of the blade is got that swedge on top. It's just kind of bizarre. And when you hold it, it's kind of canted already, so you're ready to contact whatever you're hitting with the belly of the knife, but not my favorite shape. So when I look at the mini moose, and I'll put it here, and I'll grab my case mini trapper. uh, I'm going mini trapper all the way from case, because love that clip point, like that a lot. In fact, I kind of wish they would try this blade shape, but put it onto the standard trapper, and then you get a spay that's much more traditional. Again, you don't have as much of a swell on here as you do on the frame of the case trapper, but still very comfortable. You can use the spay blade, and it doesn't really get in the way at all. And the way that the spay blade is nice and flat on top, again, you're not really getting anything in the way. And I really do like the mini trappers. The case mini trapper, like I said, my main issue that I have with it is that I tend to not buy enough of them, if anything. But just to kind of keep things, here's a Rough Rider trapper. Uh, it doesn't have to be just a case trapper. The Rough Rider trapper has a nice clip point, and a decent spay. This one is one of their older models. Uh, if you remember, this is the one that came from Mark Kaufman. So it has this beautiful white bone, and just a fantastic knife. And so, yeah, I just think this is just an awesome knife. one that definitely looks good in all kinds of things. Here is a Boker trapper. So I didn't want to leave out any of the German knife fans. So again, Boker makes a really nice one. This is that beer barrel trapper, which is just a really awesome knife. And so you see there, spade blade is about the same as the case. Acid wash blades, just, the covers are made from old beer barrels and stuff. Just fantastic stuff. It's just really, really cool. Such a cool knife. All right, well, we'll go with that. And actually, I want you guys to tell me in the comments. I'm going to take some of these knives off of here. I want you guys to tell me in the comments what knife you prefer. Do you prefer a moose? Do you prefer a trapper? Especially if you've tried both. And I just would like to know, when it comes down to which one you're going to carry, which one are you grabbing? It's just, I don't know. For me, I'm a trapper guy through and through. But I just, with my sense of humor, I just couldn't help myself. But when you talk about moose, you got to talk about squirrel. Moose and squirrel, that's a whole nother story. We'll cover that maybe in the lives. I don't know. You have to be a certain age to get that, kids. If you don't understand the reference, ask your parents. All right, guys, that's it for this one. I'll see you at least one more day this week. I'm going to try to get 3 videos out this week. It'd be nice, wouldn't it? It's one of those deals where when work gets in the way and I end up working late on a couple of nights or whatever, and then I got things to do, it gets kind of crazy sometimes. But I do want to put out those videos for you, so you guys keep on watching. All right, that's it for this one. You guys have a fantastic week. I will talk at you later.